Welcome back to another video at the Fit Studios. I have 5 ways for you to get better at your toe to bar. Not only are you going to get better at your toe to bar by practicing these 5, but you're going to get a lot stronger overall with your core. And if you've ever wanted to build a 6-pack, this is how you do it. The first of the 5 progressions to get better at your toe to bar is starting with a set of parallel bars, and we're going to do the supported knee raise. So we're going to start that off by first supporting our weight. And if you're new to this, you should at least start off with this. Now you notice I'm lifting my feet off the floor and I'm just supporting my weight, and that's why it's called the support position. But from there, we're gonna do the knee lift. And our goal here is to get as much core compression as we can, get our knees in up towards our shoulders best we can without lifting our hips forward. So I get my grip, I get support position, I get ready, and I lift my knees in as tight as I can without lifting those hips forward like so. So I'm gonna show you a few reps. Here we go, support position. Nice and controlled. Get those knees up there. You notice on the bottom, I let the tension go in my core as I let the knees down. I try to get my hips to a neutral position without keeping and maintaining the angle here. You don't want it to look like this. So you want to open up, let your core expand, and allow it to do its job and get stronger. So that's step 1. Our second progression out of the 5 to get better at the toe to bar is going to start with the hanging knee tuck. And that's very similar to the supported knee tuck. The only difference is we're up on the bar this time. So we're going to get our grip that we're most comfortable with. I think I'm going to go here on the inside of the bar. And there's a few different ways we can hang. I want you guys to utilize your strength in your lats as well as your shoulders so that you are not in a passive dead hang. This is a passive dead hang. This is a supported dead hang or active dead hang. So throughout this move, we're going to be in an active dead hang. So we get that out of the way. Now, get our position, active hang, and we're going to get those knees up towards the armpits, allowing the legs to drop, get that neutral hip position. And I'm not trying to lift my hips forward. I'm just doing what I can to get my knees up towards the armpits. So that is move 2 out of 5. Step 3 out of 5 to get better at your toe to bar. We're now going to incorporate a little bit of a leg flick into the last move that we just did. So we're gonna do the hanging knee tuck with a flick. And it's gonna look like this. Remember, we're gonna start off with an active hang. So we shrug those shoulders down and get nice and strong in our hang. And we're gonna incorporate a flick to the lift. Now, the one I just did there had a little bit of a pause in it. I want you to start and do it fluid, one motion at a time, or one motion leading into the next. It's gonna look like this. Active hang, lift, and flick. Now, as you work on this, you wanna work on getting your feet towards the bar. So make your goal to flick the legs towards the bar. Notice I get that good exhale to put all that energy out towards the movement at hand. That is number 3 out of the 5. Step 4 of the 5 to get better at your toe to bar. Now we're gonna incorporate not only the hanging knee lift with the flick, but also the negative portion of the toe to bar. And this is where you're really gonna get strong. You're probably gonna notice as you do these, you're gonna feel your abs trembling. Start getting into position. We're going to get into our active hang, knee lift, flick. Now focus on the negative. You notice that I try to really slow my legs down. So the first 2 parts, getting your knee tuck and your flick up, is just the beginning. So you need to really be ready because gravity is going to be working against you on this one. And once again, these negatives is how we get really strong. So knee lift, flick, and negative. I'm going to demonstrate a couple. Here we go. So that is number 4 of the 5. Step 5 out of 5. Here we are. We're actually gonna work on the toe to bar. So you may have seen toe to bars done differently, and that's okay. Different sports call for different measures. So in CrossFit, you might see a very dynamic, wild, exotic looking toe to bar, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're actually gonna work towards doing that in a very strict, controlled manner. But today, number 5 is just doing a slow, strict toe to bar without any of the momentum components. Once again, we're really working towards getting a strong core and a 6-pack. So here we go. We're gonna incorporate all the other moves that we've done, which is the active hang, getting the knee lift, getting the legs up, and we've called it the flick so far, but now I really want you to focus on keeping your legs locked from the bottom, and if you need to bend them, of course, because if you don't have the room underneath you, totally fine. And I'll demonstrate using bent legs to lock leg as well as starting from lock leg. So we'll demonstrate, let's say I was a little bit taller and I needed a lot more room underneath me. We can simply start like this with the bent legs and go right into the straight leg negative. And of course, you know, I almost have room to be fully extended, but I still have to bend the legs here. So that's what we're gonna do. As soon as I get my legs straight, I'm gonna lift them straight as I can and then work on getting a good, slow negative on the way down. Remember, this isn't about how fast or how many you can do, it's about how well you can do it. So here we go, active hang, shrug those shoulders, locked legs. And something to note here, the active hang will actually give you a few inches off the ground. So if you notice, if I'm in a passive hang here, my feet are touching this much. If I lift up, I could actually hang now. So there's 5 things you can work on to get better at the toe to bar. Make sure to put them to work. Get after it. Thanks for watching the 5 ways to get better at your toe to bar. Make sure to hit the link in the description to check out the home gym, and we'll see you on the next one.